The time to get your flu shot?
It is. We're heading into fall, and so that's usually the best time to go ahead and get your shot for the year.
So why fall as opposed to the other seasons?
Because that's when the flu normally starts to hit, is in the fall, and it goes all the way through the spring.
Okay, so flu season is about September through
Through about March to April,
March to April. Okay.
typically. Yep.
All right. And so when and where can someone get a flu shot with Springfield Clinic?
Well, they've got a couple choices. If you're currently a Springfield Clinic patient, you can make an appointment with your doctor that you see. Or we also have some flu shot clinics coming up. They're October 22nd and 29th, and they go from 8:30 to 11:30 in the morning.
All right. And what about how can I make sure I get a shot at one of these clinics?
You can schedule an appointment by calling 287-8855 and just make an appointment with your normal provider that you see there.
Okay, so now let's get into a little bit of the why. Why should I go get a flu shot other than just keeping myself healthy?
It's to protect you from getting serious effects from the flu. It will help you not get quite as sick as you would otherwise.
And I know too that, I mean, it's even if I do get sick, even if me, a healthy 24-year-old, can handle the flu, that doesn't mean that everybody can, right?
Correct.
Right. So that just signifies some of the importance of getting your flu shot.
Yes, it protects you as well as others around you.
So anything else that you'd like to say about these flu vaccine clinics coming up here in about a month in October?
They usually are really, really successful. You can just go ahead and drive up and, they give hundreds of shots those days. And so, yeah, 8:30 to 11:30 on those days.
Are they free?
They are covered by, if you're a Springfield Clinic patient, we'll already have your insurance information on hand. And yes, all insurances usually cover at no charge to the patient for any kind of preventative vaccine.
So needless to say, if you are not a Springfield Clinic patient, make sure you bring your insurance information.
Just in case, it's always a good idea to have it with you.
Okay. And is there any insurance coverages that you can't take?
No.
No? That's great. Not to your knowledge anymore.
Not to my knowledge. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose going along with the why you should get the vaccine clinic, let's flip the question around a little bit. Why is the Springfield Clinic hosting some of these vaccine clinics?
They are trying to really promote the flu shot this year. We've kind of forgotten about the flu, I think, with all the COVID that's been going around. So we're trying to just get people back on board with getting their annual flu shot and remembering that it is still something that we need to worry about in spite of all the other things that we've had going on.
Anything else that you'd like to say about the flu before we move on here?
No, I don't think so. I think that we covered most of everything.
All right. Well, you kind of led into the next point, which is COVID is still around and vaccines are available, booster and otherwise. So along with receiving your flu shot, would you still need to get a COVID booster?
Yes, it is recommended that you still get a COVID booster. The recommendation is at least 2 months after your either primary COVID vaccine or the last booster that you got.
All right. So, and I would imagine, well, actually, first off, let me ask, if I get my flu shot, right, do I have to wait a little while to go and get my COVID booster or my first round of shots, that is, either way?
No, not necessarily. They recommend that you don't necessarily get it in the same day, right at the exact same time, just because you might not feel very good with that. But you don't have to wait long at all. You could even get one day and one the next day.
I see. So, disclaimer, you might not feel very well, but technically you could get them both at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so anything else that you'd like to say about that process overall?
With COVID boosters, they actually have a new COVID booster out, and it is available at our local health department, and it covers the new Omicron strain. It is the Pfizer brand, if anybody's worried about which one it is, but it is available at our Christian County Health Department.
Excellent. Well, that's good news because I'm sure you're now welcoming new patients, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, how can you become a new patient with Springfield Clinic?
So we are accepting new patients. All you have to do is just call the clinic, and it's 287-8855, and you can make an appointment. There's several great providers there that you can see and get yourself established.
All right. Well, what are some of the things that Springfield Clinic has to offer outside of just, the flu shot clinics and the COVID boosters and all of that? I guess, why would somebody choose Springfield Clinic?
Springfield Clinic is great because it's local. Almost a lot of the people that work there are all from here. So it's, friends helping friends. It's also a full clinic. We've got lab, we've got x-ray, radiology, and then the hospital is also right there that we utilize a lot in order to get the imaging and labs that we need.
Well, anything else going on with Springfield Clinic in Taylorville?
We have a couple new providers. I'm going to be starting with Dr. Gill October 3rd. And then we also have Dr. Bilyeu that's starting there, and he's seeing new patients as well.
That's fantastic. And what do they specialize in?
Family practice.
So general family medicine, which in my understanding is just, it's a lot of preventative care. It's a lot of keeping yourself healthy, but also who you would go to see in case you get like some sniffles, a cough, etc.
Absolutely. Yep. It's all the routine wellness stuff to keep yourself well. But then, yes, if you get one of those nasty sinus infections, we're there for that too.
Or anything else that might ail you. I also understand that you'll be at Chili Fest.
Yes, we will be. We're going to have a Chili Fest booth. Chili Fest is October 1st and 2nd. So you can bring any questions that you have, especially related to vaccine or flu questions. You can also schedule an appointment for your flu shot, or we will have some Springfield Clinic swag that you can pick up as well.
Not to be too blunt, but why will Springfield Clinic be at Chili Fest?
We just want to be there and be available so that if anybody has any questions, we're right there to answer them and help you, point you in the right direction.
I also bet it helps to be able to sign people up for those vaccine clinics and other stuff.
Absolutely. Yep.
And new providers and whatnot. Kate, anything else that you'd like to say about the flu shot season or flu clinics or anything else that we just discussed?
I don't think so. If you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to see us at the Chili Fest. You can call the clinic at any time with any questions, and we'll be happy to help you.
All right, let's go ahead and take a short break. That's nurse practitioner with Springfield Clinic Taylorville, Kate Survey, here on the WTIM Morning Show. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first.
WTIM. Check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn lower, beans higher, wheat double-digit lower. December corn 6.73 and a quarter down 4. March corn down 4 1/4, 6.78 3/4. May corn 6.79 and 3/4 down 3 3/4. November beans up 10 1/2, 14.59. January beans up a dime, 14.65 1/4. March beans 14.65 and 3/4, up 9 3/4. December wheat down 34 1/2, 8.25 1/4. March wheat 8.40 1/2, down 34 1/4. October bean meal 435.20, up 5.60. October bean oil down 9 cents, 68.57. The livestock market, September feeders 179.75, up 55 cents. October live cattle up 40 cents, 145.90. October lean hogs down 57 cents, 96.32. In the energy market, October crude oil 84.37, down 74 cents. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
If you're looking for a local, full or part-time job in Central Illinois, there's an easy place to go to find current job openings. It's IllinoisJobPost.com. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. You'll find jobs available near you. And the best part is that it's free for candidates to access 24/7. If you want a local job when you don't have to spend a lot of money on gas to get to, then you want access to IllinoisJobPost.com to check out current local job openings. That web address again is IllinoisJobPost.com. Another service from your friends at the Miller Media Group.
This is Leah Stuckmeyer with People's Bank and Trust, where customers have one consumer banker who knows them and provides the right financial services to achieve their financial goals. Your consumer banker is your single source for life's financial needs, from checking to consumer loans, from retirement accounts to mortgage loans, and everything in between. Call me at 888-PBT-1954. Bank with People's Bank and Trust so you can spend your time living your life, not explaining it. At People's Bank and Trust, we put people first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Bob Adcock with Circle A Land and Livestock, and this is my John Deere. We've been with Sloan Implement since my father started farming, my grandfather started farming. They are a family business that's been around for generations, and that's very important to us. The personnel, the customer service that they provide, it's maybe not, you could say Sloan's first, but they put customers first. And that's why I think Sloan's first.
Now's the time to order your new 23 vehicle or choose from over 400 pre-owned vehicles in our family dealerships. General Manager Bill Pinkston here from Landmark in Taylorville, your GM Superstore. You can now order your 23 model car or truck, including the Refresh, Chevy Silverado, and GMC Sierra. Let us help you choose what 23 will work for you, or let us find your next pre-owned vehicle from our family of dealerships. And yes, we will still buy your vehicle, even if you don't buy from us. Your GM Superstore is Landmark in Taylorville, online at landmarkintaylorville.com. And remember,
You always do better at Landmark. Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. I have nurse practitioner Kate Servi here on the WTIM Morning Show. She's with Springfield Clinic here in Taylorville. And something, Kate, that I neglected to mention to everyone is that you're actually new here to the clinic in Taylorville.
I am.
Yeah,
Yes.
you've mentioned you're from here. So, wow. Well, welcome into the Springfield Clinic Taylorville. It's great to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to get started.
So tell me a little bit about your background. I know you grew up here in Taylorville, graduated from Taylorville High School, I assume.
I did.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about after that. Fill us in on the gap here. You graduated from Taylorville High School, and now you're working for Springfield Clinic Taylorville. What happened in between?
So I graduated from Taylorville, and then I actually went to school for business and then decided later that I wanted to be a nurse. So I went back to nursing school. I went to Milliken and got my RN. And then I worked at Springfield Memorial in the emergency department for 8 years. And then I also worked for a little bit here at the Taylorville emergency department and went back to school at Bradley for my nurse practitioner. And so now I'm getting started with that.
Wow. So sounds like you practiced for a little bit as some level of a nurse and an emergency level, like fill me in here a little bit. Help me
I was
out.
a trauma nurse.
I appreciate you filling me in there.
Yep.
So I guess what made you want to go back to school and then take that next step to become a nurse practitioner?
So my mom was a nurse practitioner here in town for years, and she loved it, and people loved her. And I wanted to try something different that challenged me in other ways, and it just seemed like a really good fit for me. I love patient care and being with patients, so it was just kind of the next step for me.
What about? Well, I guess I'm trying to understand here because you wanted to study business management, right? I guess what changed?
I started out actually in nursing school, and then I switched to business. And so I think I always had it in me. It just took me a little bit in my younger years to realize that was my calling.
Yeah. And so it wasn't really anything about business that.
No, I still love business and it's interesting to me, but I just, I felt like I wanted to help people, and that was a really good fit in order to work with people and help people reach their goals, whether, it's health or helping them in an emergency situation or whatever.
So, goodness, that is quite the journey. Did you see yourself being at Springfield Clinic in Taylorville or working in Taylorville this whole time, or is it something that just kind of happened?
It was always my hope, just because I live here and I'm from here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always my hope, but I wasn't sure if it would pan out that way necessarily when I started school. So I'm really, really grateful that it did.
Anything else that you'd like to say about your journey from growing up in Taylorville to now practicing as a nurse practitioner in your hometown?
I don't think so, other than I'm just really excited that it's finally happening. I've worked really hard for this, and so I'm excited.
Well, congratulations. We're excited to have you here. Now, I know that you have a little bit of an announcement involving the walk-ins to just readily. I just wanted to kind of go over that.
Absolutely. So we do have extended walk-in hours just for all of those, who maybe can't make it to the clinic by 4 p.m. And it's from 12 to 8. And you do not have to be a Springfield Clinic patient to use the walk-in facility. And Allison is there and she'd be happy to see you. They have radiology and lab services there as well.
What are some of the things that I would want to use that walk-in clinic for? What's an example of something I could use it for?
So maybe you are leaving work and it's 5 o'clock and you haven't felt great all day and you think you might be getting a sinus infection. You can pop into the walk-in clinic and get that taken care of on your way home.
Okay. Or so just something that is ailing you that you need something a little quicker than an appointment.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you need antibiotics for now and not in a week.
Yes. Or a sprained ankle or something like that where you're wanting an x-ray or something right away.
Excellent. Well, anything that anyone should know about when they walk into the Springfield Clinic?
No, you just go ahead and walk right in at that front desk and they'll greet you there and direct you where you need to go.
Now, you are practicing with which doctor again?
Dr. Gill.
Dr. Gill. What can you say about Dr. Gill?
Dr. Gill is the smartest person I know. He's really great at what he does.
Yeah, and again, he's a family medicine.
Yes.
Doctor.
Well, he's internal medicine, but yes, he does family practice and he's a great physician. If I had anything wrong with me, he'd definitely be the first person I'd ask.
What is internal medicine briefly here?
Internal medicine is just a different route that you can go. There's, family practice, there's internal medicine. There's not a lot of difference between the two. Internal medicine, though, it prepares you more for both like the clinic setting as well as a hospital setting.
I see.
Versus primary practice or
Right.
family practice is more just the clinic kind of setting.
So if needed, he could go over to say Memorial Health and
yes.
Right.
And he does see patients over at the Taylorville Hospital. And so he's internal medicine.
right.
Mhm.
That's what internal medicine is. Thank you for providing that. I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
Well, anything else that you'd like to say about practicing at Springfield Clinic before we move on here?
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
think we covered it.
Great. Well, I know we talked a lot about it in the first segment, but I wanted to give you another chance to highlight some of your vaccine clinics coming up here soon.
Yeah, so we do have some vaccine clinics coming up. They are for the flu shot, and they're October 22nd and 29th. And we will have a booth at the Chili Fest on October 1st and 2nd. So you can schedule that flu shot at the clinic. Or you can just call the clinic at 287-8855 and get your flu shot scheduled. You can either come to one of those flu shot clinics or you can go see your primary care provider and get it.
That also goes for not necessarily at the clinics, but you can also call Springfield Clinic for any COVID shots or boosters or any questions you have there too.
You can call the clinic. We do not actually have the COVID booster available at our clinic, but it is available at the local health department. You can also, if you're willing to drive to Springfield, at our West End drive-up facility, they do have the new COVID vaccine that has the Omicron variant in it.
The booster, right?
Yes, it's the booster shot. And that clinic is out on West Wabash over by Green Nissan.
Kate, I know you got to go here. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I don't think so. I think we covered it.
Awesome. Well, that is new nurse practitioner Kate Servi. She's practicing at Springfield Clinic, and well, she's from Taylorville. Congratulations, Kate. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Your stream brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. You can find those streams online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube when you visit WTIM TV's channel.
WTIM.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
News this hour.